When you hear a woman is having her period, what type of association do you have with it? Typically the negative kind, right? So this is the last phase that we're talking about in our monthly cycle series, and it's all about your menstrual week. So if you're just joining me, my name is Laura Sherrill, and I'm a women's health and wellness strategist helping you balance your hormones through cycle syncing. So that's what we've been learning about all month long, where you're learning how to use your food to support your body, your fitness, and your lifestyle habits based on which phase you're at in the month. And so we've been waiting all month long for this menstrual week because this is the one that gets the most attention. It's a time of the month that women are having their period. And that's usually what we think of when we hear about like a woman being hormonal or her cycle. We think of this one week. So what you've learned all month long is that there are 4 phases to our cycle that lead up to this time of the month. And so I was really excited to chat with you today about this phase because if you were to Google a woman's period or a woman in her period, you get all of these images that show up of her in pain. So there's a picture of a woman, tearing her hair out because she's so frustrated, or a woman hunched over because her stomach hurts so much because she's having cramps. And so society has really taken this time of the month as a form of negative time for a woman. And, as you know, it's something that we experience from our teenage years up and through to our early 50s before we go through menopause. So that's quite a long time. That's almost 40 years that we ladies are dealing with this, and just how to actually support your body through this so you then don't have those symptoms. Because what our work is doing together is just because a symptom is common, or just because these are common, if you talk to a doctor, they're gonna be like, yeah, women come in all the time with these symptoms. That doesn't make it normal. So these signs, these symptoms that your body has, the negative association with your period, as in your cramps, migraines, low energy, moodiness, like all of these things are a sign that your body is under stress. And so I see your period differently because it is your monthly report card to your overall health. So how your body responds in your menstrual phase is actually an indication how you are supporting your body all month long. And if you have any of those symptoms, then you need to make changes. And you can't just change it during your menstrual week and be like, yeah, I'm going to be totally fine for next month. You need to support your body all month long, which is why this monthly cycle series has been so important and so fun for us to be a part of, because you get to learn how to actually support your body best in each of the phases. So by doing that, you actually support your body best during your menstrual week, so you can have a happier and calmer period. And so how I used to be in my period is very different from what I experience right now. And it is just completely and drastically different because I had to change quite a few things in my lifestyle to be able to support myself. I was just burning like oil on both ends. I was just constantly going and never taking breaks. I was choosing wrong foods, or not even knowing that certain foods were causing inflammation in my body. Like some of them were vegetables, some of them were very healthy foods that my body just could not process and was causing too much inflammation. So your period is actually a time of renewal, a time of reflection, and all the work that we're doing together is literally turning what society thinks of our monthly menstrual phase and turning it around to be in a much more positive light and getting your body to be at the point of what she wants to be. And so I take a very spiritual approach during this time because your right and left brain hemispheres are the most aligned during your period. It is a magical time of the month where you're able to reflect on yourself, your life, and the choices you're making. And if you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling anxious, you're feeling all of those emotions, you are not paying attention to what your heart truly desires. And so it's an opportunity for you to become extremely spiritual and touch into this part of yourself that you are not able to access at other periods of the month, which is why I see it as such an amazing time of the month and not something that should be negative. And when you're able to tap into that side of you and just recognize, okay, this is what my body is telling me that I need to do. I might not agree with it. I might not know the next steps. This thought scares me, yet it excites me on some level. That's what you need to be paying attention to, because your body is guiding you. And so by doing that, you actually can set up your month ahead to be able to take action on all the wisdom and all these downloads that you get during your period. So to be able to fully experience that, you have to know how to support your body. So your menstrual week is the best time to definitely scale back. Don't say yes to as many projects, as many social outings. You're going to be much more introverted and just kind of want to do you and just be with yourself. And just you can sit and you can meditate and you can do some yoga and just really take this time to like tune in. So I love taking Epsom salt baths. I even put some essential oils in a diffuser that are really relaxing and calming. And I will journal, write, and I will just allow this greater force around me to essentially speak through me and even write through me for putting pen to paper. And it's able to connect your head and your heart in a way that you can't tap into at other parts of the month. So just because you're having your period doesn't mean that you need to have low energy. I actually get pretty high energy during my period, and I'm still able to do, my cardio workouts, and I might not have scheduled so many things, but I just have more time and space for me. And I kind of write down these downloads of what I'm feeling, and if I can't explain it, I just write them down, because I know in, maybe a few weeks or, a month or two from now, I'm going to understand what those messages were. And I just have faith that it's really guiding me to where I need to go. And you can use your body as a tool to be able to help live your life and be more effective and more productive and more energized throughout the entire month. Because as you learned in your follicular video, that's your time for strategy. So right now in your menstrual week, you are downloading, you are getting these ideas, you're getting that creative juices flowing. And then your follicular phase, that's when your body wants to put all that stuff into a plan that you then attack all month long. So then if you're getting overwhelmed, you're feeling anxious during your period, you might not have paid attention or taken action in the way that your body truly wanted you to. So it's actually causing you overwhelm because you are dissatisfied with how you chose to be in your world. So you are never more motivated than you are at this time to make change. This is the time to really show up for yourself and, create those habits, create those steps forward that really build that momentum to really push you forward into who you are meant to be and what you are meant to do in this world. And it's just so, so powerful, because I honestly would not be here talking to you right now if I hadn't tuned into that and listened to that, because having that in my life led me to work in women's health and be able to just be like, I would have these downloads, or I would kind of sit in these meditations during this time, and I would just feel really overwhelmed, and I just couldn't handle the messages coming forward because I feared them, because it was new, it was different, I didn't know how to necessarily respond to it. But I actually had these visions of me working with women and leading workshops and teaching them about something about their health. And I didn't know at the time what that would be, but I just allowed that to kind of come forward. And I remember having this emotional release where I came out of a meditation and just started crying. And I was like, I know I'm scared of this. I know I don't know how, everything is going to kind of connect together, but I know that this is what I'm meant to do, and this is why I was put here on this earth to do. And then it just, I allowed my body to guide me through life, and it brought me into hormones and learning about our cycle and really being able to use our body as a form of power, especially during our menstrual week. And so you are going to notice as you start tapping into this that you are so powerful and just so gifted, and that inner strength just completely shines through, and you absolutely have what it takes to do whatever you want in your life. And it's just unbelievable the changes and the mountains that it can move within your life, within those around you, and just what that can spark in terms of the change in our world. You might even notice from my communication this week, I'm about a few days out from having my periods. You might notice my energy from other videos might not be as high. So you have this quiet, sound, serene energy that will come over you as you enter your period. And you will be energetic, but not necessarily in the same outgoing energy that you might have during ovulation. And so that's okay. That doesn't mean that I have to be, Energizer Bunny out in the world. It's just, okay, I just want to focus on kind of tuning into myself right now. And it's just fascinating even how, my communication might shift in these videos, and you can actually pick up on that. And we can always play a fun game at some point of guessing what phase I'm in based on my communication. But during your menstrual week, and ways to support your body, you definitely want to be eating warming foods. It's really going to soothe your uterus. It's going to help create more blood circulation within your body. And any time you're having blood stagnation, it actually can create more feelings of overwhelm, more menstrual cramps. So eating warming foods can really help. If you need to scale back on your workouts, you absolutely can do that. You know, you don't necessarily have to do all of the hard hitting workouts, but going out and moving your body in some way can release the endorphins in your body, so you actually improve your mood, and they actually can they can help with menstrual cramps as well. So sometimes if I get like a day where I have a few menstrual cramps, I actually go out for a run before I focus on any medication, because it's actually contracting your muscles and helping relax it away, and it has the same effect on your body that smoking marijuana can have in terms of the relaxation and the endorphin release that it has. So it's just so fascinating how you can use exercise as a way to support your body just by boosting your feel-good hormones. You also want to get really comfortable, so wear clothes that feel really good to you. Your body isn't going to be as resilient to stress. So anything that might be like scratchy on your skin, like you're super sensitive at this time, so wear really soft, warm clothes. Wear clothes that you feel really good in. If you need to take a break from your hard-hitting workouts, like at a studio where they really have like hard pumping music, it might be too loud because your senses are kind of on overload. So you just kind of need to scale back and just to calming exercises and be in calming environments that aren't necessarily as stimulating to you. And then, as always, like you're feeling also maybe a little bit more emotional. And so this is when I might cry over something, and I don't beat myself up over it. If I'm watching a TV show, or you go out and you watch a movie, or you're hearing a story from someone and you might notice that you are emotional and you just cry, like it's okay to allow those emotions to come forward, because you are more emotional at this time, but you're learning how to use your emotions as power. So it's like, how wonderful that I am so empathetic to be able to relate to others. I'm not going to beat myself up for crying. Crying isn't a weakness. I think it's one of our strengths, and the more as women we can tap into it, the happier we'll be, because it actually feels good to cry and to release. It's a physical release from your body. So if you need to cry, absolutely do it. And then, ask others for extra hugs. So, if you have a partner, if you have friends, family around you, just hug them, because it just feels good to have that physical contact and to feel that love and that positive energy exchange from others. And so you can absolutely just like give extra hugs and, wear a sign that says like #hugs4free. Like it's just, definitely use your feminine energy here and just shine your love and your light, because that's exactly what your body wants you to do right now. And then lastly, another way you can support your body during your menstrual week is to actually talk to other women. So there used to be this concept called red tents, where way back in the day, think like biblical times, when women had their period, they would gather in these red tents, or they called them red tents, but it was a tent where women would go and menstruate together and be going through this process together. And so you would share in these experiences. You would get the support from the community to really support your body, having talk therapy. And so, this is the best time to, have a girls' night in with your girls, watch a chick flicks, have some kombucha, test out a new healthy recipe, and start talking to them about your cycle. Start talking to them about the work you're doing with cycle syncing. And the more you can talk about your hormones and how your body is feeling and just what's going on with you, it's actually going to improve your health, and you will notice that you have happier and calmer periods from here on out. So these are just some ways to support your body during your period week, and also exactly kind of what's going on with your body and how you can start using this time as a form of your power versus thinking it as a negative. And I have that cycle sync guide that I'll share the link to if you want other tips on how you can support your body best during this time. There's other, food stuff, other ways that you can ease your menstrual cramps, and then some other food tips on how you can best support your body during this time. So like I mentioned before, if you are experiencing symptoms during this time, it's not something to just shy away from. It's not something to ignore. This is a huge sign that your body's under stress and you need to make some changes in your life. So cycle syncing is your best tool to be able to support your body and balance your hormones so you look and feel amazing all month long. You can get rid of these symptoms. You do not need to live with them. So I hope that helps you, and there's also some free resources on my website at lauraschrell.com if you wanted to check those out. And make sure, you comment here, ask any questions that you have, subscribe to my channel, and I am here for you for anything that you need. And this concludes our monthly cycle series. So you can catch up on all the other videos. They're listed on my YouTube channel. You can learn all about your follicular phase, your ovulation, your luteal, and how that goes straight into your menstrual phase. And you will just start feeling oh so good when you're able to really put all these tips and strategies and food help into your daily life, because you're going to start alleviating these symptoms and experience your period and your month on a completely new playing field, and it's better than anything you thought was possible. So thank you so much for joining me. I will talk to you soon. Bye.